Revelation 4366. From the 7th of July 1948. Mediation, responsibility. Invitation to communion. The office of mediator is a responsible one, and anyone who is to carry it out must have a strong will. To constantly establish the connection with the spiritual kingdom, to constantly let me speak in the word and to constantly distribute what he receives from me. He shall impart from me to people who do not come to me themselves and whom I want to help to find me. He shall make my will known to them and thus serve me by doing the work as my servant which has to be done in order to make human hearts receptive for my emanation of love, for my word with its strength. For without the latter they cannot become blessed. Human hearts have to be worked, like fields they have to be cultivated and inseminated so that the field will bear fruit at harvest time. It is work which has to be carried out by people who represent me on earth, for it is my word which is to be planted as seed in people's hearts. I myself must speak to them, however, through you, because I myself cannot yet express myself until the human being has reached a certain degree of maturity of the soul. As long as you have to represent me on earth, as long as people have to speak to people, yet on my behalf and with my support. And if you want to be faithful laborers for me, servants who only carry out their master's will, your work will also be blessed. It will not be done unsuccessfully, but the seed will sprout and bring forth glorious fruits. Yet you must not become lukewarm and indifferent in your activity for me and my kingdom, and therefore you also bear a great responsibility once you have placed yourselves in my service. You must let me speak to you so that you can speak. And this has to be caused by your own will. That I express myself to you, for contrary to your will, you will not hear my voice. And therefore you have to let your will become active again and again, for my word will only sound in you if you turn your heart upwards of your own accord, if you open your heart and ear and thus prepare yourselves for the reception of my word. I will hear the slightest call and heed it. I will not leave your desire unsatisfied. I will always come to you if you open the door of your heart to me and desire to be fed by me myself. I will always keep the Lord's Supper with you and thus distribute it in order to give you the opportunity to administer your mediatorship, in order to impart to you the gifts which you yourselves shall now distribute to the poor in spirit. I need you, you my servants on earth. You should carry the invitations out into the world and call everyone to the Lord's Supper, for I want to fill everyone with the bread of life. I want to feed everyone with the food they need in order to successfully cover the pilgrimage on earth. Bear the news to them that the table is laid, that everyone shall feast on it and that they cannot become blissfully happy without my nourishment. Convey my word to them and be such faithful workers for me, whom I will reward one day, as I have promised. Amen.